Tough action will be taken against the perpetrators of communalism and militancy, says Obaidul Qadir. Bangladesh will be stronger if opposition parties participate in polls, said Turkish ambassador to Bangladesh. And 6 people jailed in ACC case for money embezzlement. 4 people, including Rohingya youth, avoided the death penalty in Cox's Bazar drug case. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to MyTV News. I'm Fawzia Roshan with you in the newsroom. Today we are watching the headlines and I'm going to the details. Action will be taken against the perpetrators of communalism and militancy in December, says Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir. The Prince of the Hawa Bhavan sits on the banks of the Thames and is sending money from Dubai for the movement. He said this while participating in the triannual conference of Barguna District Awami League today. Mentioning the leaders, Obaidul Qadir said they have to be in the field the whole month of December. Meanwhile, after 8 long years, the triannual conference of Barguna District Awami League is being held. BNP is a party that violates human rights, and so the organizers a program on World Human Rights Day, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. The minister said this to reporters at the Secretariat today. Referring to the Japanese ambassador's comments on the election, he said that diplomats should speak with etiquette in mind. He said, in this case, the fault of the political people is more, and they are the ones who encourage foreigners to talk about the internal affairs of the country. The presence of people from all walks of life at every procession proves that BNP is on the right track, says BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir. He said this in an event at the National Press Club in the morning today. Meanwhile, BNP Secretary General said BNP will not listen to whatever those in power say. He also said that the goal of bringing down the government will be reached. Besides, he said people are angry and urged everyone not to listen to the words of the ruling party. No interference of other countries will be accepted in the internal affairs of our country, says Agriculture Minister Dr. Abdul Razak. He said this after paying tribute at Mujibnagar Memorial in Meherpur today. The minister said Bangladesh is an independent sovereign state and no concession will be made in protecting self-respect. Protesting the recent Japanese ambassador's comments on the national elections, he said that they will be called and warned soon. BNP has killed people in the name of a movement before. Bangladesh will miss the opportunity to hold a free and fair election if opposition parties do not participate in the polls, said the Turkish ambassador to Bangladesh, Mustafa Osman Turan. However, he thinks that the movement and the Election Commission are trying to do their best to create a possibility of a participation for all parties. Turan was speaking at a Meet the Ambassador event organized by the Center for Governance Studies in partnership with Frederick Ebert Steffengen, Bangladesh, at a City Hotel today. A Dhaka court today has sentenced 6 people, including Chinese national Yang Wangchang, chairman of the Sinfa Nitas Limited, to various terms of imprisonment for embezzlement, forgery and fraud. The Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC) filed the case. The court sentenced the Chinese national Yang Wangchang, the chairman of the Sinfa Nitas Limited, and managing director Khurshid Al Rahman were sentenced to 13 years. Directors of the Sinfa Nitas Limited, Mashaful Haq Haq and Muhammad Ghulam Mustafa to 10 years in prison. They are all absconding. Judge Iqbal Hossain of Dhaka Special Judge Court 5 handed over the verdict on Wednesday. Besides, the then senior Vice President of National Bank's Dilkusha branch, Abdul Wahid Khan, and the even Executive Vice President Shahabuddin Chaudhry were sentenced to 6 years in prison, along with a fine of Taka 50,000 and another 3 months without arrears. The court awarded death penalty to 4 people, including a Rohingya citizen, in the Yaba smuggling case in Cox's Bazar. District and Sessions Judge Muhammad Ismail gave this verdict at noon today. At the same time, each was fined 50,000 taka. The sentenced are Muhammad Bashir Ahmed Ayaz of Ukia Balkulia Uringa camp, Abul Kalam from Jalongja Union of Shadur Upazila, Azimullah and Abul Kalam of Khagrachori. They were present in court when the verdict was announced. A missile attack was carried out on a village on the border with Poland. Meanwhile, at least 2 people were killed in the blast. Firefighters of the country said that this incident happened on Tuesday. Russia was initially thought to have fired the missile. However, the United Kingdom said that the missile, launched by Ukraine, missed its target and fell into Poland. NATO allies are investigating such media reports. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg tweeted that he had spoken to Polish President Andrzej Duda about the explosion. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden held a meeting with NATO and G8 leaders after the incident.
Ukraine's President Zelensky called for action.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump has announced his candidacy for the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Trump made the announcement in the presence of hundreds of supporters. Meanwhile, a Trump aide filed documents related to Trump's election with the United States Federal Election Commission on Tuesday night local time. At this time, Trump greeted hundreds of supporters gathered in the ballroom at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida. The 76-year-old former president said Americans' comeback is beginning now. Trump will be 78 years old in the 2024 U.S. election. He lost the 2020 election to Joe Biden.
Trump at 71, Ron DeSanctimonious at...
Viewers, now news on sports. Argentina will face the United Arab Emirates today in an international friendly football match in the last warm-up match before the World Cup. PSG star Lionel Messi has already joined the team. The only warm-up match will be in Abu Dhabi. Scolias Dispels are getting a chance to shine for the last time before the World Cup. Former world champions are far ahead in terms of strength. Argentinian coach is also optimistic about victory. Avilastas will try to keep the unbeaten record intact by winning this match. The match will start at 9:30 p.m. Bangladesh time. Viewers, about to enter the headlines once again. Tough action will be taken against the perpetrators of communalism and militancy, says Kadir. Bangladesh will be stronger if optimism parties participate in polls, says the Turkish ambassador to Bangladesh. 6 people jailed in ACC case for money embezzlement. 4 people, including Rohingya youth, avoided the death penalty in Cox's Bazar drug case. 2 killed in missile attack on Polish border fired by Ukraine, says the UK. NATO and G7 calls emergency meeting. And Argentina will face the UAE tonight in the last warm-up match before the World Cup in Qatar. That's all from our newsroom for now. Thanks for being with us. To join with MyTV News online, visit YouTube/MyTVBD News. And to watch all our programs, visit YouTube/MyTVBangla, Facebook/MyTVBangla. Our next bulletin will be telecast in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Don't forget to join with us. Till then, stay connected. Allah Hafiz.